On August 21st, my last day in Budapest, I visited the Hungarian State Opera House. From the outside, it already looks majestic, but just wait until we step inside. As soon as you walk in, the grandeur hits you. Our guide told us the opera took longer to finish and cost way more than expected. But honestly, looking around, it feels worth it. The opera was built during a really special period in Hungary's history. After years of conflict with Austria, the 1867 compromise brought peace and prosperity, and with peace came culture. This was the era when Budapest got parliament, St. Stephen's Basilica, even its first metro line. The Opera House is part of that golden age. As usual, I always have useless questions waiting to be answered.
Oh, it's not. It's been
Or that's by design?
It's always been like this. I don't know why it's
Okay.
standing like this.
Thank you.
It has never fallen off. As long as I've been here, it's never fallen off. You can use it.
There's even a cafe inside the Opera House. Our guide mentioned that many visitors like to pause here for coffee or tea before continuing the tour. Honestly, just sitting here surrounded by all this history feels pretty special.
Right. So, in this room, you are in the cafe of this room, of this house.
Across the street, you can actually see a massive building. It used to be the National Ballet Institute, but after falling into bad shape, it was sold off. Now it's a luxury five-star hotel, the W Hotel. If you'd like to stay there, just to save some money, buy a ticket at the Opera House, make it a very great night out. Next comes the Royal Staircase, probably the most famous spot inside. It was built for Emperor Franz Joseph himself. They even placed a mirror in the middle, so he could admire the whole space instantly. There's a funny story too. The emperor agreed to build this opera only if it wouldn't be bigger, or maybe not even more beautiful, than the one in Vienna. Imagine architecture shaped by imperial ego. And then there's Sisi, Empress Elisabeth, who absolutely loved Hungary. She visited often because life here gave her more freedom than in Vienna.
Where the king received his guests. So if you just look that way, you can see a single.
In the royal reception room, the paintings close to the ceiling show the four seasons: spring flowers, summer by the river, autumn grapes, and winter snow. It feels like nature brought indoors. The guide explained that this was a deliberate choice. Seasons represent continuity and renewal, reminding visitors that art and culture also follow cycles of change and rebirth. If you look closely, there are playful details. Children bathing under a rainbow in summer, little bunches of grapes being carried in autumn, and delicate flowers peeking out in spring. It almost feels like a hidden storybook on the walls. Right now, there's a temporary exhibit for Puccini, making 100 years since his death. Photos, posters, even a statue comparison. Now, this is the royal box, once for the emperor, today reserved for Hungary's top politicians or VIP guests. Queen Elizabeth II once sat here on a state visit. Now, the people you see in this video don't have politician friends or donation money. They still wanted to get in. So that's why they're very eager to join the cleaning staff. That's the easiest way to get in. And finally, the heart of it all, the auditorium. It seats about 1,000 people. Tickets range from around 10 euros for standing spots up to 150 for the best seats, which is actually cheaper than Vienna or Milan. The orchestra pit holds 100 musicians, and on big nights, there can be nearly 200 performers on stage. Running an opera isn't cheap. It literally burns money. But the scale is breathtaking. The opera season runs September to June. Each year has a theme. This upcoming one is Wagner Focus, nicknamed the BMW season, since BMW also sponsors the opera. Around Christmas, you'll always see the Nutcracker, and at Easter, more sacred works like Bach's St. Matthew's Passion. Opera here follows the rhythm of the year. At the end of the tour, we were treated to a short live performance. Hearing them echo through this hall was magical. That's my visit to Hungarian State Opera. If you're in Budapest, even if you're not into opera, come take the tour. The history, the art, the atmosphere is unforgettable.